we got some drama with Tesla and Elon Musk. Just basically Elon Musk saying he wants more control over Tesla, more voting shares and stuff, which I, completely understand. The way that companies are structured now is definitely to keep voting shares with a certain group of people and then give non-voting shares to the rest. It's kind of how Robinhood launched when they IPO'd and stuff. The founders have basically all the voting shares, and then the people who want to buy the stock can buy it on the stock exchange, everything, and they get non-voting shares, so they don't get to have any control over the company. The founders get to keep all the control and get the benefits of being an IPO. But Tesla is not structured that way, and apparently it's hard to do that. But we have this video. This was the first thing that came out. Just kind of Optimus folding a shirt, right? I mean, I guess like wow, it's doing something right. Not doing something very efficiently. It's taking a long time, but I'm sure it's getting there. It's advancing at a great rate, just like AI is. But the big thing comes when this happens. So this is someone who's kind of talking about what was going on, talking about Elon Musk and how many shares he has in Tesla, because he has like 411 million shares or something, saying that why do you need more, a huge compensation more than that to be motivated to move the company forward, grow the company, because Elon Musk basically said he's not going to grow the company unless he gets what he wants, right? Which is not the response you want from your CEO, right? If you are the CEO of a company, your job is to do what's in the best interest of the company and the shareholders. That's your job. You don't get to say, well, I'm not going to do what would be in the best interest of growing this company because I want more control and more money from it. That's not really gonna fly. Imagine if Tim Cook came out and said, at Apple, we have this great opportunity to grow, but I refuse to do it unless I get more compensation for doing that. People would not be happy with that. But with Elon Musk, everyone's kind of looking here saying, "Oh, he deserves everything. Let's give him 100% of Tesla," right? And sure, Elon Musk probably should have the biggest stake of voting in Tesla, but that's just not the way he's structured, not the way he's gone about it, and still has a ton of shares on it. If you see here, saying Elon isn't always been hell-bent on accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. I don't think he needs $1 trillion compensation package to stay motivated for that. What Tesla would be worth, right? If Tesla became the #1 most valuable company in the world, which is crazy to just say, like, oh, yeah, Tesla can become that. Like, that's an easy thing to do. But if it was to get at a $3 trillion market cap, that Elon Musk would have $1 trillion in the stock still, or somewhere nearing that, right? So, how much money do you really need if you want even more and more? And will it ever get to that point? Who knows, right? I don't know if Tesla can ever be the most valuable company in the world. Maybe this AI and robotic stuff can push it there, but nobody knows. And this is a tweet that kind of breaks that down. He's got 411 million shares of Tesla and saying that should be incentive enough, right? And then his 100 billion would turn to $1 trillion if passes Saudi, Armaco, and Apple, which again is like, we're just saying this as if it's something easy and just super possible, when it's going to be extremely difficult to ever try and get there, right? So I don't know. People talk about Tesla being bigger than Apple like it's nothing, when it is. That's a big thing, right? But Elon Musk himself responds to this, saying right here, saying, "I'm uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having about 25% voting control, enough to be influential, but not so much that I can't be overturned. Unless that is the case, I would prefer to build products outside of Tesla. You don't seem to understand that Tesla is not one startup, but a dozen. Simply look at the delta between that, what Tesla does, and GM. As for stock ownership itself being enough motivation, Fidelity and other own similar stakes to me. Why don't they show up for work?" That's kind of insane to say, because Fidelity and these other similar people are funds and investment managers. They are pushing money into your company so that you can continue to grow the company, because it's your job to do that, because you are the founder. If you don't like that, step down, right? Go ahead, retire off of it. Let somebody else be the CEO of Tesla that'll do that. And then you do what Jeff Bezos did with Amazon. You step down, done working, and go work on other projects that you want to do, right? because at the end of the day, the job of the CEO is to do what's in the best interest of the shareholders and the company, right? That is plain and simple the job of the CEO. And if you don't want to do that, and they're saying, why doesn't Fidelity come up and run my company? That's insane. What are you talking about? They're putting money into your company to let you run it, to let you continue to grow it, and let you make the decisions. I don't know. I can understand why you'd want more voting control, right? You want to be in control of your company. That makes sense, right? But that's just not where you are. And if you truly don't care about your company, if just because you don't have enough voting control to make you happy, you're willing to say, we're done with this. We're done. I'm moving on to something else. We're not going to build it on Tesla. I'm going to build it where I own more of it. Do you really care about the company then? And he goes on to say, just to, I guess, give more context here, talking about that there's no new compensation plan because they're waiting for a lawsuit to settle and stuff. And then saying here, if I have 25%, it means I'm influential, but can be overridden if twice as many shareholders vote against me versus for me. At 15% or lower, the for against ratio to override me makes a takeover by dubious interest too easy. I would be fine with dual class voting structure to achieve this, but I'm told is impossible to achieve post IPO in Delaware. So obviously that's the whole topic here is voting control, being able to have influence over the company and stuff. And right now, I mean, Elon Musk still has heavy influence, right? Still owning like 16% or something of voting shares. So he still has a heavy influence. He can still get a lot of shareholders to just come along with him because the Muskrats will do anything Elon Musk says, right? So I don't think he would have trouble getting people who have lots of Tesla shares or a decent amount to kind of come on board with them. But it's just insane that we're seeing Elon Musk sit here and say, I will not do what's best for Tesla unless I get some more voting rights and I get what I want. It's just weird because, like, us as a CEO, you're supposed to grow the company, take care of the shareholders, make sure you're making the best decisions possible. But this doesn't seem like the best decision possible. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe just crazy, but it just seems like if he has this Tesla thing saying we could build AI and robotics through Tesla, it would grow Tesla, make Tesla bigger, make more money, make them bigger in whatever space they want to be in, and then reward all the shareholders and Elon Musk. He still owns a ton of Tesla stock. But instead of doing that, he would rather say, nope, Tesla doesn't get this sector. I'm going to make a different company where I have more benefit. If it grows, I get to make more money. I get to come out the gates and structure it as basically having all control over it. And it just seems a little insane, right? I can understand completely that he wants the voting rights and wants to be able to make the decisions at Tesla, but that's just not the reality here. And to say that I'm just gonna scrap everything at Tesla because I don't have this is insane. Like, if you hold Tesla stock and you're hearing this, does this make you want to continue to hold the stock, right? Because if something innovative comes up that Tesla could do, is Elon Musk, if he doesn't get this, simply going to say, I'm just going to do it in a different company that I have more ownership in, and Tesla loses? I wouldn't want to hear that if I had Tesla stock. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next